Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Live Magic Q&A tea party. I have it's water. I didn't have time to make tea, but I do have my water. I hope you have your tea or your water or your cocktail, no judging here. And you're going to enjoy this next hour with us, where we're going to talk about magic. We're going to talk about law of attraction. We're going to talk about divination. We're going to have an amazing, amazing experience today. And my guest is Pamela Chen, and I'm going to talk about her in just a second. But if you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching it somewhere else and you want to join us live, it's very easy to do. We meet every Sunday, except for the first Sunday of the month when I have a workshop. That's the only day that we don't have it, but every other Sunday of the month. We meet here at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. We meet for an hour and we answer your questions about law of attraction, magic, divination, spells, you name it, we got it. We answer it, and this is a place where you can ask those questions. And we have an amazing group of people here in what I like to call the clubhouse. Amazing group of people who will help you with your questions as well. And so it's just a fun social thing that you can do from in your pajamas with your cocktail, having a good time on a Sunday evening. So hope that you join us sometime for the live one. If you want to do that, all you have to do is go to spellsquad.com. If you go there, you can sign up and you can get the link to join us and have a good time with us on Sundays. The link's always the same. So once you get the link, it's good for the foreseeable future. Sometimes I change it because they make me on Zoom, but for the foreseeable future, it's the same link. And so you can join us here. So let me tell you a little bit about what's coming up in my world. I'm Madame Pamita, in case you didn't know, and I've got a website called parlorofwonders.com. We sell magical supplies. I do readings, although right now I'm in book deadline, so I'm not doing any readings. But normally I offer readings. We have candle services. We do new moon spell work, and we have beautiful, beautiful beeswax candles and lovely magical supplies for you to do your own magic. I've got some exciting things coming up. One thing coming up this week is going to be the Love Magic 101 workshop through Catland Books. If you go to catlandbooks.com, that's going to be on January 27th. I'm already into next month, January 27th. And that's the Love Magic 101 workshop through catlandbooks.com. And you can get your ticket there and join me. That's at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday, January 27th. Other thing that I have coming up is this week is the week, our special week of the month, where we offer our New Moon Hearth Service. It's not New Moon Hearth Service. I'm going back in time. It used to be New Moon Hearth Service. New Moon Spells, New Moon Spell Kits, New Moon Spell Kits and Workshop. That's all happening. And the window for that opportunity is right now, everyone. It's good until the 28th. So if you want to do an open roads skull spell, which is about mind expansion, getting your own mind or influencing someone else's mind to think in new ways, to get beyond your blocks, to move beyond your self-imposed blocks. This is a huge spell. Aquarian new moon is the time to do this work. So once a year, we have 1 week where we offer this spell. We offer this deluxe spell kit that comes with glitter. It comes with multiple oils. It comes with multiple herbs. It comes with a beautiful beeswax skull candle. And it's all about doing spell work to shift mindsets, whether it's your mindset or someone else's mindset. You want them to open their mind, or you need to get beyond your own blocks and to get into success mindset, which is something we're going to probably be talking about with Pamela today. This is the spell to do it. And this spell is only available until the 28th, and then no more, not until next year, until 2022, when we have another Aquarian new moon. But this is it. If you want to get the spell, now's the opportunity to do that. You can do that, get a spell kit and do it at home. You can get a spell kit and the workshop, and you can do it with me, which is so much fun. We have such a great time doing that. Or there's 2 more spaces. At last I checked earlier today, there's 2 more spaces on the spell service where I do the spell work for you. So this is something that is just so customized for this time period with the Aquarian new moon and Aquarian sun being in conjunction. It's a powerful, powerful time to do that work. And so I just encourage you to go check it out. You can check it out at newmoonspells.com. You can find out all about doing a new moon spell. And if, maybe you do one of your own at home, but you've got something here that if you don't know what to do or don't know how to work with it, you've got some resource here that can help you with that. Now, okay. So now I'm going to share with you about our guest today. Pamela Chen is the creator of the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and she has a new one called the Witchling Academy Tarot, which I haven't got yet, but I'm getting soon. And the Owl Tarot, and she's the author of the Enchanted Crystal Magic, the book Enchanted Crystal Magic, Spells, Grids, and Potions to Manifest Your Desires. It's coming soon on the well, and she's a publishing mate of mine. She's a mindset, energy, and quantum up level success coach for spiritual entrepreneurs, high achieving leaders, and change seekers. She helps her clients claim a business of flow, not hustle, that allows them to create space. I need that right now. That allows them to create space and time in their life to enjoy their financial achievements. When Pamela's not guiding her clients through a magical experience, she loves to read paranormal romance, play with her chickens. Oh my gosh, you have chickens, and eat spicy Cheeto Puffs. You can find her at Instagram.com, Pamela Unicorn. On a Facebook group she's got, which you can find by going to bit.ly/enchantme. I'll put all these links in the chat. She has a high magic certification and spiritual business course, which you can find at a link I'm going to put in, an application for a free success activation enrollment. Oh, so she's going to be offering you guys also a special offer if you want complimentary access to her Akashic Records 101 Masterclass, where you can journey into the Akashic realm and discover your life book that holds the information of your past, present, and future in this reality. It downloads the clues and answers to your burning questions and quantum manifest your goals. So I'm going to put that link too. Oh my gosh, you are just a giver. You got a lot of good stuff here, a lot of good resources. I love that. Hi, Pamela.
Hi. I'm so excited to be here.
I know. It's like I said, it's the meeting of the Pamela Club, because I'm Pamela too. I was saying earlier before we started recording. And so it's so fun to get together with another Pamela. And it's so great to get together with you because you are a like-minded soul. I feel like you're so positive and you're so about the manifestation, which is really like what I'm about. It's like, make your life the best it can be. So I feel like birds of a feather. Yes. We're flocking together, right?
Yes,
so
the Pams.
So I want to, first of all, share with everyone this beautiful deck. Yay. Oh my gosh, the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. I've used this, I've talked about it before. I love this deck so much. It is a magical deck. If you have someone in your life that is, this is what I say. If you have someone in your life that's a little freaked out about tarot, they feel like it's scary, or they feel like it's good, or they're insecure about it, or they don't like some of the images, this is the deck for you. This deck is so beautiful. Let's see if I can make it not go into the house. It's so beautiful and so magical. And oh my gosh, look at all those beautiful, beautiful images of these unicorns doing magical things. And if you know the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, you can see the references that you make. I just love this deck so much. I love working with this deck. If people are a little nervous about the tarot, or they're, oh, I don't know, is it scary? This is such a sweet and lovely and light deck, but a real deck that you can read from. It's not a, play deck. Yeah.
Yes.
So how long ago did you do this deck? Did you create this deck?
I think it was 2018. In the beginning, I started to create the deck, and my mentor and business partner and our writing mate, Lisa Robertson, she was my, tarot coach. So, and her deck came out. So I was like, Lisa, can you help me create a deck? Because there was no unicorn tarot. There was none out there, and I wanted one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted one for me. And so I just, I asked my best friend's best friend to draw it for me. And after we were creating it, and Lisa's like, you need to like crowdfund this. I'm like, okay. So, we did. And it just kind of led me on this publishing path, which is really interesting. So, but I'm loving it. I understand your deadlines. It's just there though. Deadlines is just, it's not really business. It's a whole nother beast, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so fun. It's so funny. It is like, if I didn't have a deadline, my book wouldn't get done. So I'm grateful, so grateful for the deadline. But I feel like all I'm doing, like for the past month, is just fantasizing about all the other things I'm going to do. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to roller skate. I'm going to, I'm going to hang out with my friends again, talk to my friends again. Oh my gosh. So hang out with my boyfriend, my poor boyfriend. I barely see him now. So I know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this being done. But But yeah, so deadline is like, oh my God, you just fantasize about all the movies you're gonna watch, all the
Right.
you're gonna do. Oh my God. But you, speaking of deadlines, you have a beautiful new deck that's out now.
Yes.
You have a book that you've already turned in your manuscript. Oh, the Witchling Academy Tarot. I love it.
Yeah, this
Oh
one
my
was, but this, I have to tell you though, because I am not like a writer, this one was very hard for me to write the guidebook. Like, I think Lisa dumped it in her trash can, the whole thing, the first time. And I had to rewrite the whole thing. And then Barbara was like, you need to change this and this. So it was like my first like work, you worked hard for it. And
Yeah, yeah.
so, yeah, so that was, and, but then the book that I just wrote was a lot easier. So I think because that was like my wisdom book, like things, I think your candle magic book is like that. Like you've already been researched for so long, you already worked with the magic. So it just kind of like flowed out.
100%. I
Uh-huh.
go, this one that I'm working on now is really hard and really research intensive. Like I spent the whole more than a year researching this book and it's really intense. But the next book I do, I said, oh, it's going to be a download book. It's going to be a book of something I already know. Something I have no problem with. So we'll see what that one is. But I thought,
Right.
oh my gosh,
Right.
I need to, it's like having a difficult
It's
pregnancy
so
and you're going to have a
right,
difficult
it's so
pregnancy.
different. Yeah, the owl tarot coming out in 2023 was actually a download tarot. So I downloaded in 3 days. I wrote the whole proposal out, everything, the 78 cards. It just like came. And I was just like trying to work on something else before that, but it just didn't come. And then I was like, why don't we have owls?
Oh, I love that. I
That
love
was
that.
fun. I like I get it. I love the downloads.
Yeah, yeah. I feel gosh, I feel you with the research and the rewriting and all of that. But your Witching is the Witching Academy out now? It's out now, right?
It's well, Jen actually, she's on right now. She told me that she got a shipping order from Amazon. So I don't know what that means. It should be out soon, but they moved up the release date. It was March and now it's like February 10th.
Oh,
So
that's
we
exciting. That's
went,
exciting.
yeah,
Oh my
went pretty
gosh.
smoothly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've seen some of the cards of it and looks amazing. It's so beautiful and so inspiring. It really is like, to me, it makes like, as a person who identifies as a witch, it's like, it's fun. You know what I mean? Like the fun part of witchcraft, which is really the part where you get to enjoy making magic, and magic should be fun. I feel like, yeah, we have those times when we're really focused or we're working really hard on something, but when you bring that lightness and you bring that fun and that pleasure to anything that you do, you're going to probably get a better result than if you're,
Mhm.
struggling or having a negative voice in your head that's criticizing what you're doing. Enjoy it, right?
Yes.
Enjoy it. So you have another thing going on, which is the high magic course. I've been watching that and very intrigued with that. Do you want to say a little bit about what that has been about?
Yes, so I call that Hogwarts meets Harvard because we really work on the energy, the magic of creating your business, running your business, and also the structure, the formula, the systems for your business. So we really believe that you need to have both in place to be successful so that you don't burn out, and a little bit of magic can call in the clients, can get your launch off to a great start. It's just so amazing. So we really implement a lot of energy work with the 7 energetic centers, for those of you who know chakras. So we really work with each chakra related to your business. And at the end, you get an activation, a success activation. And in our certification, it's actually half certification, half business course. You get certified in 6 modalities that you can use in your business or use on yourself. So there's divination, where we really figure out what clairs are lighting you up, how you get the messages. We have a whole tarot course in there, so it's a lot of fun. There is the lunarology. So we work with the different phases of the moon, but more of a devotional priestess path. And we also find your power hour, where you are at your most creative, your most inspired hour. There's channeling one-on-one. So Lisa teaches you how to channel like her, like a vessel, if you want to call in celestial guides, goddesses, whoever. Or you learn how to channel like your future self, how to channel your posts, your emails. We have crystal magic is where I come in. So we activate the crystal program, the crystal crate, crystal grids. We have EFT practitioner, where we do the tapping, which you are release all the blocks. We teach you how to put that together, how to do it in a group setting, how to do it with tarot cards. And then we have Akashic Records practitioner, where we show you how to take people up, guide a journey, how to put it in your courses. And also in the beginning, you go up and you find your purpose, you find your job with Akashic HR. So it's a lot of fun. And the business part, we actually swirl in all your magic, because I know that a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs have tons of magic, have tons of modalities, and they don't know what to do with it, right? It's like just all there. So we really help you swirl in all your magic, your methodologies, your experiences, your certifications into this marketable niche, into this brand, and we help you create your signature course or offer that can be sustainable, that you can just repeat, rinse and repeat, so that you're not wasting time.
So good.
It's a lot. I know
But
it's a lot.
you really take someone that maybe like, I feel like I want to have my own business, or maybe I need to have something on the side to support me, during the pandemic, or I want to make a change in my life. But they're really, even if they're not really sure what that change is, they could come into the course.
Yes, because we believe that everybody has experiences, or people always come to you for something. And even if you don't have any modalities or healing or anything, the six stuff that you're getting certified in our course could be what your focus is.
Oh my God.
So not only do you learn them, but you are practicing. We have practicums, which actually Jen is our success coach. So she will lead them in the practice. So they practice with each other, get confident, so that after the course, they're not like, what do I do with all of this? So it's really fun. It's a fun course.
That's great, because I
Yeah.
feel like that, this, I'm finding out all the details myself about what I've been watching you, and seeing on Instagram, but I haven't really delved in deeply. And as you're describing it, I love the aspect that you have this group of people coming together, and they're all kind of figuring it out. But as they're figuring out, they're practicing with one another. Cause I feel like that's like when I teach tarot, that's what I like teach. I like have
Yeah.
you guys practice with one another, because the confidence to do it is such a big part of being able. I mean, you can have all the ideas in the world, you can have all the resources, but if you're lacking, if you're feeling like, how can I offer this to
Right.
people? I'm not ready. This will give you that feeling of getting ready. I think that's brilliant. And I'm sure that people are seeing success from doing this with you
Yes.
already.
Yes, I can give you an example. So we had one of our students come in. She hadn't done any coaching, maybe like a few one-on-ones, not paid, just for friends. And she was really into healing trauma, which is an amazing big mission, right? But it's not a marketable niche. People who are in trauma, who needs help, they're not going to come out when they see your post on it. It's just going to trigger them a little bit more. So as we were having our, power coaching call with her, she started talking about what she does and how she heals people with angels. We're like, that's you. We're like, that's your niche. So now she's a, angel intuitive healer. Like isn't that even, that's like more expansive, and people want to join her, and they're like just ready for this healing, because it's, takes them up.
Yeah, they're not looking at like, I think if you have gone through trauma, you're probably a lot of times like, I don't want to touch that part. It's
Yeah.
too tender. But going into something where you're looking at that and seeing that different view of it and going like, oh, I'm going to get a healing, is not looking at the trauma. It's looking at the healing, right? So that's so
Yeah.
brilliant. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, if people want to find out more about that, I put the links in there somewhere, but what's the best link that they can find out more about? Well, I know they can go to Pamela Unicorn on
Yes.
Instagram, and from there they can go into your bio, and
Mhm.
then you have all your links to everything. So maybe that's one easy way, but
That's probably the easiest. Go to the link in my bio and you'll see High Magic there.
okay. So go to Instagram.com, Pamela Unicorn, and voila, you will be there when you look in her.
Exactly.
Um, I put that in the chat.
Too. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the direct link to. I just
Perfect,
bit.ly everything. It's easier.
perfect, perfect. So let's look at some questions. Are you ready to get some questions? And then
Yes.
what we do, and then at the quarter till 20 minutes or so, we're gonna do what? You want to tell them what we're gonna do?
Yes, we're going to be doing a timeline drop. So what we are going to do is take your goal, we're going to go into the future on your timeline in your subconscious mind, and we're going to drop that in so that it's a done deal. It's kind of like Madame Pamita's road opening spell, because now our subconscious mind think that we already got the goal, so it won't put up any blocks. So it's really fun. So stay tuned for that.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be great. And everybody can participate. Everybody's gonna do it. So this is not a thing. Sometimes we do a thing, we pick one person, we do a reading, but this is everybody can do. Great. Okay. So let's look at some questions.
Yeah.
Uh, my friend Romy saying, I love your coral necklaces. I know my friend Kim, Sierra Madre Vintage on Etsy. She makes amazing
Gorgeous.
necklaces. She does repurpose vintage necklaces. So I'm going to give her a little shout out. Pam Squared. Yes, it is Pam Squared. All right, let's see. Okay. Nina has a question. How do you, maybe this is something you can talk about, or you can take it in a different direction, but
Okay.
Nina, how do you cast a spell on a pet? My cat has some issues.
Yeah.
Who has a cat without issues is what I want to know. My cat has some issues getting along with my other cat, for instance. Oh, I'm also seeing a vet. Yeah, getting along is a tough one. My two get along really well, these two, but we did have a visitor cat that we were taking care of that didn't get along with that. Oh my gosh, it was really hard. So, well, what would you do like magically with pets? Do you have pets?
I just have I just got a parakeet. He needs to get along with, he still needs to love me, but it's okay. We're working on it. And the chickens in the yard. So we have, yeah, the 7 chickens. I did see that question and I thought it was super interesting. So I have a couple of things. It might not be a spell. Actually, I have 3 things. So the first one is you can get any calming crystal. So I would suggest a celestite or a apophyllite. So this actually has worked with my clients for dogs. I mean, so I don't know, it's close enough. So just put a larger piece near where they're both hang out. And when she did that with her dogs who fought, they seemed to be calmer. And also on top of that, so I mean, they're very psychic, right? So like send them messages. I like to see, I do this with my boyfriend. So you see like a blue tunnel coming out of your third eye into their third eye or into their mind, see a door open, however you want to visualize it, and you just send them the message. Be nice to each other or whatever, love each other, be nice to each other. They don't have to love each other. They just have to be nice, right? So just keep sending them the message and be like, it'll be okay. So that's how I would probably do it with my pets. And the third one is you can probably find a candle spell from Madame Pamita's book, because I took her candle class and I remember you had this one where it was like 2 candles, like there's different ways to like draw them together. So maybe there is a candle spell that you can do that, makes them be more friends. They don't have to love each other.
Well, candles with cats are a little tricky if your cats are super inquisitive. My cats don't really mess with the candles, but they learned, I'm sure they've gotten a burnt whisker now and then. But but if you have issue with candles, maybe you want to see how your cats are. I think, Nina, you burn candles at home, so I think you're probably okay with that. Peace and tranquility candle, peace and tranquility oil.
Yes.
You can spray that around the house as well.
Or,
yeah, go ahead.
There's a lot of animal Reiki communicators. I believe one of our student her name is Kiki. So, I mean, if you want to set something up with her, just DM me, let me know. I will introduce you. But what they can do is they can connect with your pets and see what is really going on, and maybe resolve it on an energetic, spiritual level. And that way in the physical plane, they'll be friends.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Oh, it's pet psychics. There's people that are pet
Yes,
psychics.
there really is.
Yeah. I have had clients who have been like really, that they may or may not be professional, but I've seen, oh, you are really somebody who can do some pet psychic work. And they're like, yeah, I know, I'm good with animals. Pamela, you're in LA area, right?
Yes, Las Vegas, close.
Oh, you're in Las Vegas area. Okay, shoot. I'm looking for an egg person in LA.
Oh,
because I want to do
that's going to be hard because I don't think they're zoned for chickens, right?
Yeah. I think there's places where people have chickens, but I thought, oh, if you were in LA, I was going to hit you up for some eggs. But anyway. All right. So when I was thinking about the chickens. All right, let's look at another question. I threw that in there. All right. Oh, Nina wants to know, can I share what my new book is about? It's about Slavic magic And that's as far as I can go tell you about it, but that's been a lot of research. That's my new book. All right. Um, when is the full moon? So FB is asking, when is the full moon and should I do spells on the full moon? You do some moon cycle work, right, Pamela? You do working with the cycles?
Yes, the most simplest thing you can do that actually we do and we, suggest it to our students is from the new moon to the full moon, you can light a green or gold candle. You can dress it up with oil and you can, give the candle as a blessing to the moon goddess, the celestial guides, your ancestors, whoever it is. And during that time, you can ask for blessings. Then during the full moon to the new moon, then we light a gratitude candle. So either a pink or white candle, and you're just, being really grateful for what you have, what you already got, what you are going to get, and just be really open to that gratitude.
I love that. I love that. That's perfect. Yeah, I think that full moon is it's interesting because on that full moon and on that new moon, there are ways that you can work with that moon day in a
Mhm.
way, or that phase. There's a couple days before and a couple days after. But working with those phases, I've been working with the moon for decades now and doing moon work for decades. And one of the things that I love is I've started to really think about like the new moon as that solitary magic time when
Mhm.
you're working on your own stuff. And the full moon is when in times where we could get together, you get together and you celebrate your successes. So that's another way that you can think of those two times, those two moments on the moon cycle.
I
The
love
new
that.
moon is your internal work, your personal work, and the full moon is your celebration work. It's your culmination work, and it's the time you get together with your community, whether virtually or eventually in real life. We'll be able to do that again. So, Amanda says Pamela Chen's amazing. She is
Yeah, man. Hi, man.
amazing. Um, the full moon is on January 28th. Yes,
Mhm.
that's when our moon is on Thursday. And that's the last day you can buy the spell for new moon work in February. All right, so when is the next Pisces moon or Scorpio moon? Okay, so the moon goes through, I'm going to explain a little bit about moon cycles just to throw this in. The moon goes through every sign throughout the month, right? So the moon, if you want a Pisces moon, every month you're going to have a Pisces moon. You just have to look at a moon calendar online. There's plenty of those apps and things like that will tell you. And you can just flip through and find, or you can get a calendar. Llewellyn sells a calendar that
I
has all
have
the moon.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great one. So you either get a calendar, you get an app or something that will tell you when the moon is in what sign.
Hmm.
So every month there's a Pisces new moon or Pisces moon. Every month there's a Scorpio moon. However, the new moon of every month is always the sun sign of that month. So we have this wonderful opportunity at the new moon when the sun and the moon are both empowered in that same
Right.
sign. So we have a really strong energy of that sign during that time, which is why with new moon spells every month that we do, we're doing a different theme because we're working with the theme of the sun and the moon signs of that time. So in January at the new moon, which was a week and a half ago, we were doing the work of building Capricorn energy, which is
Yeah.
success, building an empire, visioning all of that success and career and building something strong and long lasting, right? That's Capricorn energy. February is new moon in Aquarius. This is about thinking expansively, being creative, shifting mindsets, being open, being intelligent, coming up with solutions, all of these things that are mental pursuits of the Aquarian, plus thinking creatively. Aquarians are incredibly creative people. So we think of that innovation, that creation, that idea, problem solving, and also mind shifts, getting past, breaking through, going beyond. That's very Aquarian as well, right? The dawning of the age of Aquarius. So that's what we're working on the new moon and sun in Aquarius during the new moon. But if you're wanting an Aquarian new moon every month, an Aquarian moon every month. There's an Aquarian moon. It just won't be the new moon and the sun together. Only
Right.
once a year does that happen. So hope that explains it a little bit. Do you have anything you want to add to that,
No,
Pamela?
I just want to say I love how you incorporate like all these like little elements into your spell because it just really supercharges everything. So you don't have to do your spell on this new moon, but it just gives it a little bit more power.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things I say is like with that kit, if you can't get to it during the new moon, don't worry because there's other opportunities that you can use it. But that new moon is a really supercharged time. You've got herbs, you've got oils, you've got colors, you've got, the petition that you're doing, you've got the action that you're doing, and the numbers that you're using. And you have the new moon and the sun also helping to get you to that goal. So really, people that have been doing the new moon work with me have been seeing amazing, powerful, like really strong and instant results. Yeah. Pamela's like, yeah, because we did it this past month for sure. Um, Amanda says, I love my crystal unicorn deck. I love my unicorn deck too. Jenna Lee says, I love it too. Oh my gosh, you've got all these fans here. All right. Lady Raven says, I can see that being the next deck that I order. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's an amazing, if you know the Rider-Waite Smith, if you're comfortable with that deck, you can immediately pick this one up and do amazing readings. And it has such a really lovely healing energy. I think of that deck really being such a beautiful deck of like healing light. And for people that don't like the Rider-Waite Smith, images because maybe they're too Catholic or they're too scary or something like that. This is a great deck. It still has all the information in there. Like, there's still a death card. There's still these things, but it's in a way that it isn't looking very intimidating. It isn't a scary feeling when you look at it, right?
I'll actually send a link for my Crystal Unicorn Tarot. It's on Indie Deck Hub right now because I sold out and the printers have shipped my decks since October, but it's like maybe on a boat. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere. So it should get to me soon, I hope. But Indie Deck Hub does have at least 40 or 30 of my decks left.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay. That's a good problem to have is to sell
It
them
is,
out,
yes. I think we broke 10,000 this year. So I know, or maybe 9, I don't know, something. I'm not a good accountant. I don't know. I don't do the numbers, but yes.
Wow, that's amazing. You sold 10,000?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so so another writer saying, Tara's saying, I'm an author, included in Ink of Paranormal Romance, actually.
Ooh.
And totally relate to this. Leaving the house becomes a luxury on deadline. I know I've been fantasizing about leaving the house.
Tell us your book. I'll read it.
What? What's your book? Yeah, Tara, put your books down so we can,
we can
follow
read
you
it.
read it. That'd be great. Yes, I'm a big reader too. I'm a big book.
Mhm.
I'm running out of bookshelf. I'm not running out of bookshelf. I've already run out of bookshelf space. I'm gonna go through my books and cull the herd a little bit. All right. So let's see. Okay. So okay, Amanda says, I want to do it so bad. Saving up my money. I'm currently doing the 33-day millionaire mindset tapping challenge and tapping in the wealth to pay for high vibe. That's so good. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's a way to do it. It's like to get your mindset in there and to do that work so that you can afford the workshops or courses that you want to take. Absolutely.
This tapping is really fun. It's like, oh, I didn't do it today yet. I have to do mine. I do it. I usually do it with everybody because I feel it's really fun.
It's so great. Okay. And Jen says it's a great safe space to practice and get feedback, and you really bond with everyone in the program too. I love that. I just think you're doing something really beautiful and such a great service. Everybody's very interested. Okay. All right. So, okay. Bruce says, what do you think, both think, is the best way to heal from the post-traumatic stress I've been experienced for the past 4 years that finally ended on January 20th at 12 Eastern time? Well, we know what that's about. Yeah. I think a lot of empaths and a lot of people, myself included, had a very hard time in the Trump administration and seeing the news and feeling disempowered and feeling, so that's a great question. What do we do with that? Or, do you have any ideas about that?
Yes. So if it is really deep like that, there will be some intense healing work you might have to do first. So I would suggest some kind of maybe Reiki or Ho'oponopono. I'll put the link. Ho'oponopono is a good practice to do daily. So the way that Lisa and I teach, though, is very different from traditional healing. So we focus on the present and we manifest from the future. So we really go into the quantum field and we don't let our physical world dictate how we feel, how we think, or how we live. So if you are having the stuff that comes up, that's because it is your past programming, because you had a massive emotional reaction to an event or an experience, and that is programmed into your brain. So if anything else, is very similar, then that reaction, that feeling will come up because your brain is like, this is only the way I know how to deal with it. So what we do when we focus on the present, where we are now, where we are nothing, where we are neutral, and then we focus on the future, what we want to call in, and that energy, and we connect to that frequency, which is like an emotion that you desire. Maybe it's joy, happiness, abundance. When you do that, then you are recoding that programming. Then you are recoding it. It's not easy, obviously, because we are in our physical, but you just have to be really diligent, and you can't let your physical surroundings, whether it's TV, whatever it is, even though if it's so real, you really have to focus on being neutral and just tapping into that future energy, emotion, self, vision to make that, quantum shift, collapse the timeline.
I think one of the things that's really important too is, it's progress, not perfection.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of visioning work for social justice.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of work where I vision the future I want our our world to be in, where there is people are uplifted and differences are celebrated, and that we're taking care of Mother Earth and all of these other things that are, we feel like that we were assaulted on all these things during
Yeah.
the past 4 years, and particularly if you're watching the news and so on. So I think that as much as possible, get into the mindset of visioning what you want the world to be going
Yes.
forward versus what, as Pamela said, what you're seeing in front of your face. That visioning is powerful, and it's not just fantasy. It programs something different so that you
Mhm.
move in the world in a different way, and your ripple effect of how you move in the world um, will make a difference. There's small differences. We don't have the power. We're not world leaders. Not anybody in this room, I don't think. Maybe you are. I know I'm not. But you're, I think one of the most beautiful concepts is like you don't have power over world events, but you do have power in your home. You do have power with the people you come in contact with every day. You have power in, to some degree out in the world because you're interacting with people. How are we behaving in those interactions? Because those we can make huge changes. Are we treating others with respect? Are we coming with love? Are we making a change in helping others to uplift others that may not be uplifted by the system? So whether it's your interactions, making a monetary donation to something, volunteering for something, whatever you can do, we always see there's more to be done for sure, but those little things have a great effect.
Yes.
I think one of the things that where we've seen that, I mean, just recently, just in my opinion, is in the vote in Georgia. That vote in Georgia, the recount, it was looking scary. But people, Stacey Abrams worked her butt off. Let's give credit where credit's due. But it was like she couldn't do it by herself. It took volunteers, it took mobilization, it took money, people donating money, whatever we could to make that change happen so that the voice of the people was heard, and that the that the rights of people are being respected, the right of people to vote. So without getting too political about all of it, but just saying that your little actions do make a difference, because when your little actions combine with my little actions, combine with Pamela's little actions, combine with all of your little actions, then things can change.
Yeah, so we
So
actually work with the fairies really closely in one of our course, in our 30-day course, and they tell us that their world is really interconnected with our world. So when Lisa channeled them, they're like, get your crap together, because if you heal yourself, you are actually healing the world, because there's a ripple of energy that goes out. And that's why we do what we do, because we want to up level all the new age spiritual healers, teachers, coaches. Can you imagine if all the millionaires in the world were healers, were practitioners, were witches, were magic? Like, how amazing would that be? Right? So we want everyone, we want to support these people and help them build this business so that it can send out more mass effect.
yeah. I think it's just, I mean, we always, I think as empaths, we see all the things that are wrong and the things that need fixing. And we see like, it's like a giant mountain, but it's like, do the little thing, do one, random act of kindness, do one, loving, caring thing. One of the, I'll leave it with this. One of my favorite things to do is to drive down the street in LA, and you might see little people walking here and there and doing the thing. I like to just I call them like love bombs on them.
Aww.
So imagining like a glitter bomb of love on that person.
I'm
It's
gonna do that.
unconditional love. I don't know that person. I don't know if they're a good person or a bad person. It doesn't matter. I'm sending them love. They don't even have to give anything back. They don't even have to know they're receiving it, to know that they're getting that. But you are really giving them some energy in some way that is completely and unconditionally loving gift, because you're never going to see that person again. You don't know who they are, and it doesn't matter. You're giving them love, and maybe that love will change something in their life, or moving it in a better direction. So whatever it is, maybe they're suffering, maybe they're happy, but so there's something you can do when
I love that.
you're walking down the street. You can just do that. That right there will have a huge and a profound effect. But you can also do anything else that you feel motivated to do. Well, do you want to do your beautiful Akashic Records journey?
Yes. All right. So what we are going to do is, this is not Akashic. We're going to go timeline drop. I switched it because this is only something I do in our courses. But as I was doing it today, it felt so good, and I was called to do it for this collective. And so what we are going to do is we are going to go into a subconscious mind, into our timeline. Everybody has one. And we're going to drop our future goal into there. So first, I would love everyone to create an intention. So you've been working with Madame Pamita, you know that your intentions have to be positive. It is not, I do not want debt. Instead, it could be, I would like, I intend to have $5,000 in my bank, or something like that. The second rule to this is that it has to be visual. So you have to be able to see you having this goal. So maybe you see it in your bank account, maybe you see it in a statement on your phone, or maybe you see cash handed to you. Let me give you an example. So if I were manifesting a vacation, buying the ticket wouldn't be the done deal for me. I'd be like, I'm not there yet. Getting off the plane, not really there yet. For me, it's when I check into the hotel. So that's my personal thing. So it has to be the final vision where you know that it's real for you. So have your positive intention, have it be real for you. And this is yourself, not for your mother, brother, boyfriend, whoever. This is just for yourself. Okay. And so first we're going to take a quick trip to the timeline. You're just going to discover your timeline. So you'll know what I'm talking about when we go into your subconscious mind. All right. So everyone just close your eyes really fast. Now, if I were to ask you where your timeline is, you will have a sense of it. Can you point to the direction of your timeline? All right, perfect. So think of your timeline. Now, when I say timeline, I don't only mean something you see, because in a moment, I'm going to ask you to float above it. And by float, I also mean as the sound waves float on the wind, or as you might float in a pool or bathtub. However you imagine your timeline is just perfect, because it's yours. So go ahead now and just float above your timeline, making sure to look through your own eyes instead of seeing yourself floating. Now, staying above your timeline, I'd like you to just turn around, face the past. So just turn around, you're facing the past, and float back into the past. At the unconscious level, there is no concept of time, so your unconscious can take you there as quickly as it likes. You can take it as much or as little time as you like. Just go ahead and float right back into the past as far as you like, and give me a nod when you are there. All right, good. Now go ahead and turn around back towards now, facing the future, and just float right out into the future. Remember, at the unconscious level, there is no concept of time, so you can take as much or as little time as you'd like. Just go ahead and float right into the future as far as you like, and give me a nod when you are there. Okay, good. So turn around and face now. So you're facing back into the past. And now I want you to float way up into the air. In fact, float so high that your entire timeline seems to be only an inch long. And when you're there, just go ahead and float all the way back down to now. Just float right back down into now and come back into the room. And you can open your eyes. All right. Yeah, so that was just a quick trip to your timeline. So when I mention it, you're going to also pick a future date that you want to accomplish this goal. It has to be a specific date, but your goal might come before, it might come after, so it doesn't really matter the date. I just want you to pick a date. Okay, so let's drop this into our timeline. Are you ready? Does anybody have any questions before we go up? Was that clear? So why we are doing this is because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between something that happened in real life, something that you see, or something that you visualize. So if you visualize something, your mind thinks it has already happened. So what we are doing is we are, putting that into our mind. So now they're going to go out and look for clues to bring that to you because they think it's already done. Okay, perfect. All right. So just sit back and relax again. And we're going to go at the same speed because we're reprogramming now. We're not in a meditation. All right, sit back, close your eyes, and relax. And I want you to think about it and ask yourself, what's the very last thing that has to happen in order for this goal to come true for you? What is the very last step when all of a sudden your mind goes, this is real, this is happening? I want you to take yourself to that moment right now in the goal. Take yourself to that moment, and I want you to notice the picture that's in your mind. See yourself achieving that goal and see the moment it becomes real. Hear what's going on around you, what's going on inside of you, and feel the feelings of accomplishing that goal. And if you haven't done this already, step into the picture so that you're looking through your own eyes and experiencing it right now, seeing what you'll see, hearing what you'll hear, and feeling what you'll feel the moment you've achieved this goal, this outcome. We're going to adjust the qualities of this picture now in order to make it more desirable and more real. And as we go through the process, the feeling will intensify inside your body. Notice the wonderful feeling that already exists and feel it intensify now. The first thing I like you to look at is ask yourself, is the picture in color or black and white? Add some color to the picture, make it more vibrant, and see if that makes you want it more. And if that does, turn up the colors and make them as vibrant as you'd like to create the most real and amazing feeling about accomplishing this goal. If not, perhaps mute it a little bit, turn it down, and see if that makes you want the goal more. Or maybe they were just right the way they were. Whatever feels good for you, make it the best for you. What makes it more desirable for you? Next is the brightness. Add some brightness to the picture. See if that makes you want it more. If it does, turn it up as much as you like so you feel that feeling inside of your body growing. Perhaps you'd like to take the brightness down a bit. Set the brightness to exactly where you want it to be to give you the most real, powerful, positive feeling that you've accomplished your goal. Next, look at the size of the picture. Make the picture a little bigger so it's bigger than life. See if that makes you want it more. Blow it up as big as it feels good, or maybe you'd like to bring the size down a little bit, or maybe it was just perfect how it was. Adjust the size to give you the most powerful, positive feeling now. Next, notice the distance. How far is it from your mind's eye? Bring it a little bit closer and see if that makes a difference, if it makes you want it more and turns up the desire. Or perhaps push it away a little bit. Adjust it so it's just the right distance. Next, I'd like you to look at the focus. See if you can make that picture even more focused, laser sharp. And if that makes you want it more, focus in as much as you like. Or maybe you'd like a softer look to the future memory. Set it exactly where you'd like. Also, notice, is it a movie or is it a still picture? If it's a still picture, add some movement to it and see if that makes you want it more. If it's a movie, make it a still picture and set it to whichever one makes you want it the most, whichever one makes you feel that feeling of hitting that goal and getting that thing. Feel it inside of you as it begins to expand in your body, doubling the sensation right now, knowing that this is your future reality that you are creating. Now notice the sounds that are going around you. Turn up the volume and see if that makes you want it more. And notice the things that you are saying to yourself inside of your head. And make your voice louder and stronger and see if that makes you want it more. And notice the feeling inside of your body. Notice how good it feels to finally have that validation, to finally achieve that goal. Notice how good it feels to have it now. And as you amplify that feeling even more, I want you to notice it spread throughout your body, radiating from each of your energetic centers, your energy field around you, from the heavens to the top of your head, to your third eye, down to your throat, into your heart center, down through your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and finally, your root chakra at the seat of your spine. And feel that energy go all the way to the tips of your toes and down into the earth. And I want you to double the sensation right now, double the intensity of that feeling. And now, holding on to that feeling, I want you to step outside of your body, outside of this vivid experience, so you can see yourself in the picture in front of you, almost as if it were encased in a shiny, sparkly bubble of magic. Magic that has ability to make anything it touches a done deal a certainty. And I want you to flow right up out of the moment of now, well above the timeline so that you're all the way up above the timeline. And I want you to flow out to that future date. Flow right out to that future date over the timeline, and we're going to energize this bubble with 4 life breaths. You're going to breathe your life's energy, your power of manifestation into this bubble. First breath in and out. Breathe your life's energy into it. Second breath in and out. Breathing your essence and spirit into it. Third breath in and out. And as you breathe out into it, it becomes more real. Fourth breath in and out. And as you breathe out into it, it takes on depth and certainty. And now take this bubble and drop it right down into your timeline. So bloop, it's inserted into your timeline. And watch as your timeline opens up to accept this new goal into your future and locks it into place because it's a done deal. And as it engages your timeline, there's a glittering ripple of energy and change that moves out from that moment all the way out into the future, forever changing your future timeline. As the realization and the having of that thing has forever changed who you are and what you do from that moment forward. And as you turn around and look back toward now, you see another ripple of change and transformation and energy go from that moment all the way back to the moment of now, as each and every step that it takes to achieve that goal instantly gets inserted into the timeline at a subconscious level. And your subconscious mind is now firmly on the track to taking you to this outcome. It is a certainty, just as certain as what you did yesterday. What comes tomorrow is a certainty as well. It is done, it is done, it is done. Now, watch as your entire future timeline changes now to accept this new goal, to accept this new outcome as it becomes a certainty in your path. Watch as a ripple of change spreads out in both directions, forever changing your timeline. When you are done noticing that, when you are done enjoying that, come right back to now over your timeline, right back into the room and into your body, knowing that this is a done deal for you, and open your eyes to a brand new future of your own design, of your own creation. All right. Yes, when you're ready, open your eyes. And I would love to know how you feel in the chats. How was that for you? You're welcome. Love this. Okay. Yes. So usually I only do this for our students, but I was really called to do this. And we also do something really cool where we move your impossible goals into the inevitable. So
We've got so many people saying, thank you. I love you. That was wonderful. I feel energized. That was amazing.
yeah, I love this is like one of my favorite things to do. I love doing it and do it.
It was so beautiful. You know, I hadn't really planned on what I was going to do with it. And then I got into it and I really
Deadline.
felt the realness of it. You know what I mean? Like I was in it. Ugh, that's
Yes,
great. That's
yes.
great. Look at everybody. Oh, I
Amazing.
love it.
Oh, yay. I
It's
know this
so,
is like one
yeah,
of my favorite.
everybody's loving it. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Well, you got a little flavor for what Pamela's doing. And this is something that you're, kind of goes along with your high magic, right? You're going to
It
be,
is. We do this and a lot of other mindset and energy stuff in high magic. So this is mostly it is energy shift, but we really focus on reprogramming the mind. So you're just seeing stuff with new perception. I know that there in the chat, some people asked, what do I do if this person is bothering me? How can I stop that? Well, you can't really do anything to stop them. What you can do is you can change yourself and your own perception so that even if they keep poking you, you don't feel the same way and doesn't really bother you. And then they stop.
it's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah, that's huge. I also say like, too, it's like, if you have something where someone is kind of like you say, like poking you, or there's something like that,
Uh-huh.
you can take that energy and like turn it around. Not
Mm,
that you're turning it around back at them, but that you're, instead of letting it bother you, you let it energize you,
I love
right?
that.
So that when,
Definitely.
like, I'll give you a good example of that before we go. But like sometimes you have, like, I have some real like imposters who pretend to be me, and
I
they
saw.
steal my pictures, and they some really bad things, like people pretending to be me and then taking money from people. Really bad, right? On Instagram, fake accounts, right?
Yeah.
And I used to get so unbelievably angry at the injustice of it, right? Like, look, not only, stealing my picture, whatever, right? That's bad
Yeah.
enough, but you're misrepresenting something to someone else, that you're going to do candle magic for them. And if you don't have enough to like take your own picture of your own candles, you can better believe they're not doing magic
They're
for you.
not doing magic. Yeah.
So I used to get really mad at the injustice of like ripping people off and all of that. But what I got into is like, oh, that's really pulling my energy out. What I want to do is actually take that energy and I want to flip it around.
Ah,
So I would say, for everything that you're doing out there, it's going to come back to me 10,000 more times more powerful and positive way to me.
I
Meaning,
love that.
for me, it's going to benefit me. If you're doing something against me, it's going to actually make my thing more powerful and better and more successful.
I love that.
And so I think that that's another way that you can start to say, like, that bully or that person, you can say that bully over there is actually giving me power. They're not taking my power. They're going to make me more powerful, you know?
Thank you. Thank you for the power. So recently I discovered there's fake decks of Crystal Unicorn Tarot out now. So I was like, no, no, no. I was like, yay, I'm kind of famous that people are ripping me off. Like it was like, I was like, oh. So I mean, there's really nothing, there's nothing you could do about it. It just is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It can
but
be so frustrating. It can be so
yes,
frustrating, but you go, I'm going to take that energy and I'm going to
I
turn.
like that. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Like, let that fake deck bring me 100 or
Yeah.
1,000 more cells of my real deck. You know what I mean?
Yes. I love that.
When you do that, it really does build up your empire and it builds up your success too. And I
Yes.
think about that in like personal ways too. Like if you have someone that's being competitive with you at work or mean to you at work, you're going to look better because they're being mean. You know, you're not going to let them get you down or grind you down. You're going to actually rise above and you're going to be brighter and more successful. You know, they say it's like, what's the best revenge? Success is the best
That's the
revenge,
best revenge.
right?
Yes.
So your own success, your own, you know, keep your head in your game and don't let anyone
Yes.
take you out of that. I loved that. I loved that journey though. That's so beautiful. What a beautiful thing. And you, something that we can do ourselves. We can go to our timeline anytime.
Yeah, so you actually only have to do this once for each intention. It's not something you have to do over and over again because you already implanted in your subconscious mind. Someone said that they haven't been able to do meditations or visualizations, but she was able to feel and see this one. And that's because we are reprogramming or recoding. We're not like really meditating, if that makes sense. So there's a slight difference. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going into it consciously and you're choosing it,
Yes.
something. Your conscious mind is working, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I know that my thing was so beautiful and so magical and so fun that I want to go back and visit it. So
You're
I'm
gonna
going to
listen.
obey you.
Yes.
Give it, I don't know if I'm going to give it more energy, but I will go back and visit it because it's such a good daydream. It was such a good daydream. Oh my gosh, it was really a good one. Well, you guys, this was so fun. Yes, everyone is saying how magical it was, how great this
Yay.
was. So please keep in touch with Pamela. You can find her on Instagram at Pamela Unicorn is her Instagram name, all one word. You can find her there. And then, you know, in her bio, she has the links to all her things. So you can check those out there. That's probably the easiest way, right, to get to you. And
Easiest way.
yeah, that they can get there. And thank you so much, Pamela, for coming and joining me today. It was so fun to hang out in the clubhouse with you. It was great.
Yeah, thank you.
And all of you who are in the clubhouse as well. It was so
Thank
great
you.
to have you here. It was so great to have this experience with you. Thank you so much for that beautiful experience, Pamela. Everyone had a great one. And so many people are, you know, saying how good
Yay.
that now is people saying thank you and how great it was. So next week, we're going to have a surprise guest because I haven't heard back from my guest that I invited. I haven't followed up. So I'm going to see if she's coming, but it will be a surprise. You'll find out who it is. We will have a clubhouse meeting next week. So if you want to join us there, you're welcome to come and you'll see who it is. It's a cool person. Anyway, and then the following week is my workshop on love potions. Forgot to mention that. First Sunday workshop is going to be on February 7th. It's the love potions workshop. So we're getting ready for Valentine's Day.
Cool.
We're going to learn about love potions, all different kinds, teas, tinctures, alcohol-based potions, and what are the herbs that you can use. And probably a lot of them are things that you have in your cupboard. So I'm going to teach you how to make a potion with things you probably already have. And we're going to do all different kinds of love potions, self-love, attracting love, making a relationship that you're already in even better. So we're going to talk about all of it. So if you want to join that, you can go over to my actually you can go to witchcraftworkshops.com, witchcraft workshop or witchcraft workshops. I think both of them work. It will take you directly to the page on my site where you can sign up for the workshops. And then don't forget, if you would like to join me in the Love Magic 101, which is a different class. So there's love potions that I'm teaching. Love Magic 101 is a more general one. Love Magic 101 is going to be on Wednesday, and that's through catlandbooks.com. So those are the two workshops that I've got coming up. Plus the New Moon workshop, if you want to do that one. That's going to be on February 11th, I believe is the workshop. So it's a couple days before the new moon. So 10th or 11th. It's all up there on the site. If you go to newmoonspells.com, you'll find all the new moon spell stuff. So, well, thank you, Pamela, and thanks to all of you guys.
Thank you so much. I was really excited when I got your email or text. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I know I've been planning this for a while. We've been talking about it. I've been meaning to do it. And now finally we got to do it. So I'm so glad we were able to do it. Thank you again. Everyone have a beautiful, beautiful week. I'll see you at one of those workshops, hopefully. We'll see you next week at the Live Magic Q&A.
Bye.
Beautiful day, everyone. Beautiful evening. Bye.
Bye.